All right, welcome to One-Eyed Yin Yoga tonight. I've got my eyelid closed after a procedure yesterday. I had what's called a pterygium scraped off my eye. So hopefully I'll be able to have 20/20 vision after this. So to start today's class, let's come into as best a kneeling position as you can. We call this Vajrasana. And I use a block. Some people sit between the heels straight on the ground. That will give you more intensity of stretch over through the knees and the shins. And some of you might sit up taller. And if for any reason you've got a bad knee, you can always come into an asymmetrical bend or even fireplace pose if you need to. Not fireplace, campfire. So take care of the body, listen to the body. And let the eyes soften. Let the shoulders soften. Let the body soften. So Yin Yoga, using the word yin, is the complement of yang or yang. And we think of Yang Yoga as the more active, moving classes, embodying the sun principle, energy. And the yin classes are this surrender into a soft state, a relaxed state. So Yin Yoga is a wonderful tool to practice relaxing the body. We consciously bring our attention to any areas of tension. And just notice that tension. And then invite that tension to soften or melt. And as you soften and melt, there may be a sense of heaviness, weightiness. You might feel more embodied as you sink into your seat. And then with each new breath, without losing that gravity, that gravitas, that weight, become like an antenna, a telescopic antenna, and start to feel the spine grow tall. If your spine grows tall too quickly, you might lose the weightiness of your seat. So start again. 1 millimeter at a time. Feel yourself growing tall. The crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. But the shoulders remain at ease. The hands and fingers at ease. Slowly grow your breath. And I want you to focus on 3 areas of breathing today. The first area is the belly. What's it like to allow yourself to breathe from the belly? And if you're out of touch with the belly, Try this triangular breath. You inhale, you exhale, and as you exhale, relax, become heavy, and wait for the next inhale. Repeat that 3-part breath. Inhale, exhale, become heavy and relaxed, and then wait for the next inhale. This will bring you naturally into the belly breath, the diaphragmatic breath, the upnea breath. So this is a wonderful place to center your attention when you breathe. Slowly bring your attention up to the chest, to the heart, to the thoracic cavity. And become conscious of what the breath's doing here. Feel the rib cage expand in all dimensions, all directions. The front of the chest comes out. The back of the chest, the mid-back between the shoulder blades expands. Under the armpits, left and right, expands. And finally, as you breathe in the chest area, start to feel the vertical breath. Feel the breath move down towards the hips and up towards the skull. So you have these 3 axes, X, Y, Z. And then finally bring your attention to the collarbones. And feel the breath here. Feel the clavicle lift as you breathe in. The scalene muscles stretch out. So all your attention comes into this upper dimension of the breath, the upper dimension of the chest. And now if you can, try to connect these 3 centers. Inhale belly, pause, inhale chest, pause, inhale neck, collarbones lift and widen. And then exhale, release, let go, relax, become heavy, wait, pause. And then once again, all 3 centers. Inhale, belly, chest, collarbones. Exhale, release. Let's add some movement. Inhaling, lifting the arms above the head. Exhale, floating the arms down. Inhale, lift the arms up. Now start to look up as you lift the arms up. And as you exhale, float the arms down and drop the chin, slightly rounding the back. You might even grab the thighs and push the tailbone underneath. Now do this movement with the 3 centers, belly, chest, collarbones. Exhale, release. Two more breaths. Moving at your own pace. Good. Now on the third breath, pause and hold the arms above the head. And then drop the left hand to the left, hopefully onto the ground. I'm on fingertips. If you can't reach the ground, use a block. Block's a great prop here. And lean into that arm. You can bend the left elbow, but bring the ear down towards the shoulder. Focus on the three centers in this variation of half moon. Inhale, belly, chest, collarbones. Exhale, relax and sink even deeper into that bend. Now focusing on the right side of the body, the rib cage. Push that right hip down. Unclog the pelvis as the ribs expand. Belly, heart, neck. Exhale. Oh. One more. And then inhale, come up. Switch sides. And really let go with the full sense of surrender, yin, softening to stretch open, belly, heart, neck. Feel that left side of the body and really relax as you let go. 2 more breaths here. And as you inhale on that third breath, come up. This time sweeping the right hand across the body, anchoring onto the leg or clothing. Left hand comes behind the back into a half bind. Shoulders back and down. Become heavy. Become heavy. Now remembering heavy means relaxed. Connect to the 3 centers, belly, chest, neck, collarbones lift and widen. And as you exhale this time, bring that left shoulder back a little more and rotate to the left a little more. Careful to avoid hiking the shoulders. Keep that sense of gravitas. And once more, come a little deeper into the twist if you can. And as you exhale, turn the head to the right. So you get this double twist in the spine. And now connect your 3 centers. Navel, heart, collarbones. Exhale, gently release. Come out very gently from the twist. After a twist, I always love to notice the impact on my nervous system. I go into the zone, I guess is one way to describe it. Let's try the other side. Right hand cross, left hand bind. Very modest twist at this point, very modest. Work on your weight, your relaxation, and your tall spine, and your 3 breath centers. On the next exhale, deepen the twist if you can. and then add the cervical twist to the left, the neck. And see if you can access this zone, this sense of, my nervous system is undergoing a shift right now because I'm focused on what's happening right now in an awkward position. Humans tend to avoid twisting as much as possible, but unfortunately that robs us of a delightful, delicious movement of the spine. And most of our nervous systems will concur, I like this. Gently releasing when you're ready. And noticing the impact of the 6 directions of the spine on your physical and mental well-being. Prepare for a seated pose, butterfly pose. You can sit on the edge of a blanket or a towel or a bolster. You don't really want to be up too high. Sitting on the edge is going to give the pelvis a nice tilt forward, which is protecting the low back. Oh, before we go to butterfly, let's do a little bit of dragonfly here. Oh, that feels good. So, legs straddled, blocks handy or a bolster. They can be for the head as you come forward. But for now, I'm just settling in. Tight hamstrings, no trouble. Take your blocks underneath the knees to reduce the tension on the hamstring. That's a really nice alternative here, because you can go further forward with the knees slightly bent and supported. And you can start to feel why the forward bend calms the nervous system. It's a real antidote to tension, is the forward bend. So my hamstrings have been pretty tight lately, so I'm finding the block support good. I don't have anything to rest my head on. If you have a bolster or blocks, you can rest your head on block or bolsters. That's really nice too. Now let's come back to the principle of Yin, that sense of surrender and relaxation, that sense of weightiness. Embody your body. Come into your body. Feel the density of the body. And then connect the 3 breathing centers with this weightiness in this dragonfly pose. Belly, ribs, collarbones. Oh. If you feel the invitation to lean further forward, you can. And as long as you don't have osteoporosis or bulging discs, you could even drop the chin towards the chest and round the back a little bit. Just as an alternative to feel the difference. Chin lifted, keeps the spine long and protected. Rounding, dropping the chin to the chest, rounds, may give you a little more stretch in the low back and the hamstrings and the hips. Keep your weightiness. Oh. Curl the toes back so you enhance the posterior chain stretch through hamstrings and calf muscles, Achilles. And where did the breath go? Can you connect those three centers as you hold this pose for 2 more rounds of breath? Come out, use your hands to press against the thighs. Not using the back after a deep stretch like that, but using the hands. Remove your props. And prepare for half dragonfly. Let's bring that right foot up against the left thigh. If the left thigh or knee is floating, put something under it like a block or a cushion. Adjust your seat again, get that forward tilt in the pelvis. And for those who want to delight with the strap, you might want to grab the strap over that left foot. And we'll start with a little flossing of the foot. And those who've done a lot of yoga with me know that flossing the foot is a great way to stimulate the bottom of the foot. And the bottom of the foot is largely unstimulated because we pack it up with rubber and all sorts of materials. So getting used to the bare foot. And as it warms up into the summer, try and get out on the grass with some bare feet. Toes curled back. I'm going to lean back so I really feel my body's weight pulling against the foot. Drive out through the heel bone. Feel the Achilles. Keep driving out through the heel. Feel the calf muscles starting to release. The soleus and the gastrocnemius muscles inside that calf muscle getting a delightful release here. Connect the 3 centers of breath. So really focusing on the left hip today and the left leg in this particular shape. Let's start to walk our hands down the strap now. So we start to get that forward fold, and you can really hold the strap nice and firmly to support you here. And come back to the principle of yin, surrender. So we're not forcing, we're not yanging into this stretch. We're looking for delicious discomfort. If it's not delicious, just back off, dial back a little bit, and wait for the natural invite to go deeper. It may come or it may not. Now see if the right hand can go a little further than the left hand, so you develop this lumbar twist. And once again, mindful of osteoporosis or bulging discs. Those who want can start to bring the forehead down towards the knee. You might even bring a block on the thigh and rest the head on the block. Toes curled back. 3 centers of breath. Relaxed weightiness. And then slowly come back, really slowly. Take your time. Check your nervous system out. Did something shift? How's your breathing? Has it slowed down? Is there a sense of being more embodied? Let's change legs, change sides. Start with a nice deep floss. Once again, if the hamstrings are really tight here, you can prop up the back of the knee on that right side. Now let's use the body's weight to lean backwards and really pull on the foot. So I've positioned the strap roughly where the arch meets the ball of the foot. So it's up towards the toes more. And that allows me to drive out through the heel bone. And I start to feel the calf muscle and Achilles tendon with that delightful discomfort. So we don't really get into the hamstring or the glutes or the low back until we come forward. So this is really the lower part of the right limb. Now whenever you're ready, you can start your journey forwards. Just using the strap as your way to come towards that foot. Head, chin can be lifted for protecting the spine or drop for rounding the spine. Head towards knee or block on the knee. Come back to 3 centers, belly, heart, collarbones. Relaxed weightiness. Train yourself to physically relax by softening the area that's tense. Let's add a little more twist by bringing the left hand a little closer than the right hand towards the foot so you feel that lumbar twist. 3 more breaths. 3 more conscious breaths. And then once again, coming out gradually, staying with the parasympathetic nervous system state. So you're really in that relaxation response, which is great to enhance the immune system and the digestive system. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So a little more hips and thighs by bringing the soles of the feet together. Readjust so you still have the forward tilt of the pelvis. Your blocks and bolster can be handy. And let's start with some gentle massage or firm massage. Thumbs into the arches. Instep. The top of the hands, the top of the finger pads can massage the bony top of the foot. And for those who are keen, you can get into the digits, squeezing and squashing all the toes, pinching them, stretching them back. Oh. So using the feet as a portal to the hips. So as you press into the feet, the sensations travel up through the nervous system, into the hips, into the low back, and of course eventually to the brain. And just notice if, as you're doing this, is there a tendency to keep coming forward or not. Once again, you can prop up the thighs with blocks if there's too much strain on the groin. And for those who want to start to bring the head down towards the earth, blocks or a bolster are a nice addition here. Start to soak in butterfly shape. Relaxed weightiness, shoulders letting go. Connecting the 3 centers of breath. Embodying your body. Inhabiting your body. Like you've just arrived home after a long trip away and you're moving back into the house, into the temple, unpacking, filling all the spaces of the body. Excellent. Relaxed heaviness as you push the hands into the earth to lift the torso slowly. You can remove your props. And in an unhurried manner, soak in all the feelings in the hips, the thighs. Perhaps there's a sense of aliveness there now, whereas the upper body is quite relaxed. So we'll try something a little different here today. We're going to keep that right knee bent, extend the left leg. Now this might be a little uncomfortable, but if you can, I want you to try and bring, and I feel like I'm up a little tall here, so I'm going to come down a little bit. You're going to bring that right ankle across the thigh. And take your strap and hook up that left foot. So once again, if you lean back, you take the pressure off the hips, you develop that stretch in the calf muscle. And this might be an opportunity. You might think, wow, this right knee, right thigh is really uncomfortable. I need support here. So build up the support with blocks and or pillows, if you like. Now take your left hand onto that right foot and see if you can bring it back towards the groin more. So you're kind of moving towards that half lotus position. Notice the stress vectors here. So I'm feeling it definitely on the top of my foot, in my knee. Something I'm not used to, going into that deeper half lotus position. Right knee might need support. And even the weight of the foot pressing into the thighs, awkward, uncomfortable. And from here you can walk forward on the strap, coming into a forward fold in half lotus. Head down towards the foot or knee, or chin lifted if you're looking after your back. Relaxed weighty shoulders, soft shoulders. Connecting with 3 parts of the breath. Woo! And if the foot against the thigh is just too uncomfortable on the thigh, consider packing it with a towel or a blanket, thin cushion. And holding onto the strap, slowly come up and release that foot. Ooh. And extend both feet out in front. And remembering you always have the option here of supporting the extended knee. So in this case, it'll be the right knee. As you bend that left knee, crossing left ankle over the right thigh, toes curled back on that extended leg. So even just this basic figure 4 has a lot going on for it in the seated position. Check in with your hips that they're tilted forward without straining the low back. Telescopic spine, sit up tall. Relaxed, embodied shoulders. Soft face. While I was traveling to America on this last trip, I learned a little ditty. Someone said they healed themselves by saying this ditty over and over again, speaking to your body. Every cell in my body is happy and healthy. Every cell in my body is healthy and well. And then slowly walk that right foot back, strap up the left, coming into your half lotus. And in my half lotus on this side, it's a completely different experience. So you might find a big difference in side to side. Now I'm enjoying it upright for now, but over time I'll start to walk down the strap. So you feel free to make your journey as your body calls for it. Remembering as you come forward, it's going to really move the stretch into the hamstring and the glute. So really hitting the thighs and hips today. Every cell in my body is happy and healthy. Every cell in my body is healthy and well. I love every cell in my body that's healthy and well. You can sing it to the tune of your own choice. Embody, relaxed, weightiness, connect the 3 breath centers. And when you're ready, slowly come up, extending both legs out in front. And then make your way onto your back. Straddle the legs to the sides of the mat. And then cross your right ankle over the left. And turn your head to the left. Keep the left hand down by the thigh, and the right hand's going to come up over the head. A little bit like you're doing half moon pose here. Connect the 3 energy centers, breath centers. Just bring the head to neutral, nothing else. So the back of the skull is on the floor. Continue to enjoy the open stretch on that right rib cage. And then switch all the limbs around. So the right hand comes back beside the hips. You uncross and recross left over right ankles. Turning the head to the right, left arm over the head. See if you can use the breath to lift the ribs out of the hips and the hips out of the femur, out of the leg bone. So you're unclogging that whole left pelvis with the breath. Bring the head to neutral. And let the body find its way to Shavasana. Stay in Shavasana as long as you like. Those who are ready to transition and draw the practice to a close can take the next 10 breaths to find a seat. And sit true to yourself. Whatever feels delightful. Letting go of all the shoulds and shouldn'ts of how we should sit and shouldn't sit. Surrender to the delight of your own seat. The delight of your own temple. And in that delight, bring your hands together with a big smile, thanking each other for our practice and our company together. Namaste. Thank you.